review for the quiz tomorrow. This is going to be your study guide for quiz 2C. And what you have to prove to me is that you know how to solve the 4 different types of equations that we have talked about so far. Okay? The first type is just an addition equation. It's just an addition equation. So it's like n plus 8 equals negative 5. N plus 8 equals negative 5. Okay. Now, let's review. We've got 2 sides here. We need to add what?
5 to each side.
No, we got to get the n by itself. We need to add
Negative 8 to each side.
add negative 8 to each side.
Shoot, sorry.
You're welcome.
8 plus negative 8 is 0. So n plus 0 equals negative 13, which proves that n equals negative 13. Check it. Let's put the solution into the equation. N is negative 13 plus 8 equals negative 5. True. Yes. That's the first type of equation you need to know how to solve. So, you can practice other ones. Put any number here, and practice solving it. Okay? Or go back to lesson 2-5 and pick out some questions from that to practice. Here's another one. This one is a subtraction. So let's say we have n minus 43 equals negative 21. Again, we've got 2 sides. Add what?
A plus sign.
Insert a plus sign, then add
43.
Good. Add 43. Does that equal 0? Now we have the n by itself. And that, we add 43 to this side. We have to turn this around to subtract, because one is negative and one is positive. So we have to do 43 minus 21, which is 22. Negative or positive?
Positive.
Positive, because the positive is big absolute value. That proves n equals 22. Check it. 22 plus negative 43 equals negative 21. True.
That looks like true.
Okay? Yeah, it does. All right. Next type. Okay?
Is it division or calculation?
The next type is multiplication. 5n equals negative 35. Again, we have to get the variable by itself. This is the first part of lesson 2.6. So if you want to review that, we have to cross out the 5s. So we have to divide by 5. Yep.
And you have to divide by 5 on the other side too.
And divide by 5 on the other side too. Exactly. That gets the n by itself. N equals negative 7. Yes. Let's check it. 5 times negative 7 equals negative 35.
True.
True.
I like the truth.
Me too. All right. And then the last type. This is the type that we've been working on. I'm going to do a couple of examples for you. Let's just pick some from your homework. All right. Number 27. We already did that. Negative m over 20 equals negative 2. Okay? Identify the coefficient. This is a 1m. So now we have the coefficient is -1/20. We need to multiply this by the reciprocal of the coefficient. -20/1. Now we have to multiply by a negative because the coefficient is negative. And we need +1 down. Cross out the 20s. And multiply by the same thing on the other side. -20. We could put it over 1. But since -2 is not a fraction, we don't need to multiply it by the fraction form. So, just multiply. This is +40. We're left with 1m here. So that proves our solution. Now let's check it. We keep everything and replace the m with 40. So we keep the negative sign. M is 40. The denominator is 20. And the other side is -2. 40/20 is 2. -2. True. Okay? Again, if you did this one for homework, but there are other questions in lesson 2.6 that you can use for examples. Let's do one more. Let's do number 33 on page 96. Number 33. Okay? You want to copy this one down? This is -50 equals n over -6. -50 equals n over -6. First, find the coefficient. What is the coefficient here, people?
1.
It's 1 over,
-6.
yes, 1 over -6. Now, multiply by the reciprocal of that, which would be -6 over 1. Cross out the -6's. We're left with 1n. Now, multiply by the same thing on the other side. -6. -6 times -50. Positive 300. And check it. It says -50 equals 300 divided by -6. So check. All right. Study these for your quiz tomorrow.
Bye, Mom! Wow.